a lot of kind of landmark events over the last few weeks and months for the competitive FIFA scene. None more important than this one, the first ever FIFA eNations Cup. And I'm just so happy to be here. May the best team win, Argentina or France.
Yeah, likewise, I'd like to echo that as well, because it has been a fantastic event, and also big prizes up for grab, as well as the chance to represent the country. Big prizes for the winners.
Of course, this event is part of a huge FIFA competitive ecosystem this year. 1,500 points up for grabs for the winning team, both players on PlayStation and Xbox, which is a big way in ensuring you a place at the E-World Cup Grand Final at the end of the season.
OK, let's have a look at some of the highlights of the tournament so far, Spencer.
Day one kicked off in
عايزة ايه؟
معرفش قالت لي عايزة محمد.
شوفي عايزة ايه؟ نشيد الوطني الأرجنتيني عادي يعني.
Of Yago and Nicolas, as we've mentioned, have looked superb throughout this tournament. They went through in Group C with Brazil, and they never looked back since getting into the knockout stages, did they?
Yeah, on the other hand, it's been France who have been almost a bit lucky to get into the knockout stages. Since they got through the groups, thanks to Finland's result, they have been relentless in their performances. France, a lot of people said if they get through the groups, they can kick on and they can really just start to almost turn the screw a little bit, and that's exactly what they've done. This team of DaXe and Maestro, 5 and 6 on the global series ranking points, have been relentless.
They have indeed, and just as we saw the national anthem of Argentina, we're going to go and do the same now for France. From that French team, so proud of the journey that they have had in this competition. They came out of Group A, somehow just about came out of Group A as well. If you don't know the situation there in the groups, they got their group games done yesterday. They played all of their matchups, so they came into today praying that Finland could do a miracle over Saudi Arabia, and that's exactly what Finland done. And they went through with England, and once again have been superb in this competition. A nation that was one of the first to really push international esports, you know, the eFoot de France, the setup there, and maybe it's their time to go and win something now.
Yeah, potentially so. These two teams, I should say, have matched up 3 times in international footballing competitions in the World Cup. 2-1 to Argentina, the scoreline in the results. However, we can't forget the game that happened in 2018, that unbelievable game, 4-3 to France. I seem to remember a fantastic strike from Pavard back in the World Cup. And what happened in that tournament? France went on to win it. 2018 World Cup champions. Are they going to be the 2019 eNations champions? We'll find out over the next 3 matches of FIFA. First game up, Nicolas versus Maestro.
A massive matchup this is. We've mentioned the Global Series rankings, the ecosystem of competitive FIFA. We've had qualifiers, we've had group play, and now we have a grand final in front of us, live from London. This is the FIFA eNations Cup, if you have just joined us. And these are the best 2 nations out of the 20 that arrived just yesterday. Nicolas, #1 in the Global Series rankings. We know the history that he has when it comes to FIFA esports. Maestro, on the other hand, on form at the moment. You go back a week ago, he was in London competing in another event and was in a cross-console final there. He's been bringing out the Mbappe celebration all weekend long. I'm sure he's done his nation so proud alongside DaXe. Here's the first chance of the game. It's going to pull out a huge save from David De Gea. If you don't know already, it's Argentina playing in that darker strip from left to right, and France in their white kit from right to left.
We're looking at the last time these 2 sides matched up in Maestro and Nicolas. It was at the FUT Champions Cup 2. Given how the bracket went, it went to a loser's bracket. The match once in Swiss, the match once in the loser's bracket. 1 win apiece. Maestro, when I caught up with him before this game, he says he feels better now. He feels more content with his FIFA performances. He feels better now than what he did in December. He's improved. He's learnt from the mistakes. He's matured, in all honesty. in his performances.
And that's why you're looking at a top 10 Global Series rankings matchup. Maestro in 6th place at the moment. The man in form against the man who's been so consistent, the Iceman in Nicolas. You won't see any emotion from him unless he's picking up that trophy. First chance of the game, a scoop turn away, was timed green, and a huge opportunity missed. You can't see behind us, but his teammates just turn around and be like, how has that not gone in?
Nicolas with a one-in-a-lifetime opportunity as well to make a little bit of history. Club World Cup champion and eNations champion in the same season. That is on the cards. He won the Club World Cup in February. He's now looking to add another major trophy to that collection.
Ronaldo on the finesse. Really going to be causing too many problems. The goalkeeper of choice, David De Gea. The goalkeeper of choice for everyone. Since he got that Team of the Year for item 97 overall. You're wondering what we're playing for as well, alongside these Global Series ranking points, which is kind of the currency for competitive FIFA to book your place in the playoff and the grand finals later on in the year. We're playing for $40,000 US. And the chance to call yourself the first ever FIFA eNations Cup champions. Will it be France? Will it be Argentina? Hopefully, we might even go all the way to our 3rd game here. If you don't know the format though, Richard, how is this going to be looking?
There's 2 1v1 games between the 2 players, one played on PlayStation, one played on Xbox. If the results are even after those games, we will go to a 2 versus 2 matchup. So both players from Argentina against both players from France at the same time. We yet to see a 2v2 game between these 2 sides in their knockout bracket. They both got it done in 2. A draw and a win, or 2 wins, is what's needed to lift the eNations trophy.
Here comes France now. Mbappe, that'll be his story, the French hero at the World Cup. Recently just gone, can he be the hero at the FIFA eNations Cup for him? Maybe see Lionel Messi involved later on into the game, especially for the Argentines.
So a couple of times in this first 25 minutes, Nicolas has played inside with Alexandro. And the pass has just been a little bit too short. He's got away with it. But Maestro, you can see how high he's pressing up the pitch. Not giving Nicolas any time on the ball whatsoever. Neymar there, winning the ball back. High up the pitch yet again.
We saw the scoreline previously to this. Both Argentine players winning their games 3 goals to 2. So as you said, they haven't needed to play a 2v2 game yet in the knockouts. Whilst Maestro got a result, a narrow win right at the end. He had to defend for his life.
He nearly threw it away as well against RastaArtur in the semi-finals against Portugal. Last kick of the game, he was looking to keep possession. He played a very short pass into midfield. And RastaArtur, with Eusebio, forced an unbelievable save from the goalkeeper of France.
Look at the transformation in a FIFA player, a personality, Maestro. He's been one of the loudest all weekend. Celebrating every win, every single goal for his nation. Mbappe coming forward for him now. There'll be a fellow Frenchman and Patrick Vieira standing strong at the back, one of the icons. Often partners up with Ruud Gullit. This competitive environment. Still 0-0, edging towards our first half here in our grand final.
Something different about this tournament as well. It's played over one leg. Usually in competitive FIFA, you see 2-legged games. It changes the dynamic only having a one-legged game. You can't give yourself 45, 60 minutes to fill your way into the game. You can't analyse the data of your opponent. You just have to go out and attack, really.
Yep.
Because if you draw, you're putting so much pressure on your teammate not to lose. If they lose, you're out. It's done. You can draw and lose, and you're gone.
We saw those pressures, didn't we? We saw it against Denmark. The team that Argentina beat to get a grand final spot. Sorry, semi-final spot, and they played Portugal. Did France in their next game. Back to goal, R9. Huge save for him. Cristiano Ronaldo to bring it in. Paqueta cuts back inside, looks for that ball again. Neymar this time, the option of choice. Couldn't work out for him, though.
France definitely be the happiest in these 2 halves. A lot more chances, a lot more attacking play going the side of France.
2 minutes
Added time of 2 minutes. Yet to really see a chance for Argentina, other than that time green shot that ricocheted off the post. It was a scoop turn from R9 Ronaldo.
60% of the ball going to the Blues.
It's a nervous start from Nicolas, I don't know. Fake shot back to goal for R9, and we'll go into the half-time interval. Goalless in our grand final. Hopefully we can have a look at the stats to see how they're looking, and it's pretty even other than possession.
You can see how comfortable Maestro is. I'm looking at the stats beneath me right now. 61%
برضو جيني
possession
parle
with
pas français.
98% passing
L'anglais,
accuracy.
s'il vous plaît.
Maestro in this first half has held the ball so well. I feel like
teammate there,
Argentine.
having a few words with him.
yeah, maybe just telling him just try and relax. And I understand that the pressure of representing your nation. Nicolas, by Nicolas's standards, hasn't been great in this tournament. It's as simple as that. They're in a final, yes, but by his own standards, by 7,000 global series ranking points, by #1 on the rankings, he has not been at his best throughout the entire tournament.
ده النهائي بتاع بطولة المنتخبات
He has been on his best, and at times had to get this French
وعليكم
team
السلام
going,
ورحمة الله وبركاته.
both mentally. You hear the chants, you hear the roars when Dax is playing as well to try and get him going. Dax has been insane today. The amount of crazy goals scored. He scored like, what, a 20-plus passing move yesterday that was incredible. One of the goals of the day. Today he's just continued with that.
You see a lot of changes coming out there from Nicolas. A completely different formation coming into his second half. He knows that he has to be more attacking, more free.
شاركوا خسروا في دور المجموعات.
Gives him another player going forward in that attacking quartet.
ما
Two players
تأهلوش.
up top to bounce off of. We're going to see more chances going away of the Iceman Nicolas in this second half.
First leg's massive. You win the first leg, you're instantly putting pressure on your opponent. They have to win the second one. For example, if France go and win this game, Argentina must win that second leg. If France draw it or win, they go and win the whole thing.
Also, just speaking about that third game, that 2v2, a little chat
يلا الحمد لله أهم حاجة يتعلموا منها
and he said, I
وبطولة
don't
العالم
want
بقى
to
إيه
go to a 2v2. We've
ربنا
not been
يسهل.
good in 2v2. As play styles don't really mesh together that well, myself and Maestro, and we understand that 2v2 is not our strong point. We're getting it done in 1 versus 1s, in one-legged games. That's where we're doing the damage. If it goes to a 2v2, Argentina have been pretty flawless in this tournament.
It's a huge statement to make, isn't it? I know they did lose one game, but you think back to a similar format in the E-Club World Cup earlier to this year, which Nicolas also thrived in playing with F2 Tekkz.
And what did we say won them the tournament? Their 2v2s, grinding out results in that third match.
يلا نيكولاس.
Here come Argentina now. Eusebio into Mbappe. He's in the box. A drag back or 2 or 3 from him. Ramos can just get around the right side of him and clap there from Dax. Superb defending from Maestro. Patient defending. He just retained the ball back.
It's the ball in behind. He's just rushed it though. Maldini, easy pickings for the 95 icon centre half.
Left back as well, Alexandro. For Nicolas, personal preference. Of all of these teams, FIFA Ultimate Team is what we play on. Ramos at that usual right back spot, that team of the year that's been pushed out to the right hand side. Into the last third of this game now. Certainly not a game plan, is it? It's just whoever can get the first goal, because as we've seen in this, one goal can win you a game, especially when it's one leg. Back to goal now for R9. Lovely ball through for Ronaldo. This is Argentina. What a clearance.
I thought Varane put it in his own net.
He cleared it though.
شكلها كان هيدخلها في
Centre
نصه.
half.
You saw the goal kick movement as well from Maestro. He moved his goalkeeper backwards.
Comes another corner, another wave of
الحارس
pressure
طالع
for
يا ابني
Argentina.
لو هترفعها ارفعها لحد بعيد.
You can see the movement at the front post, flick on his looping post.
اوه
And Virgil van Dijk. It's
Offside?
about to erupt.
لا مش اوفسايد.
Argentina moved just to the right of us now.
عايش
It
يا
wasn't
نيكولاس.
Nicolas that was cheering, it was Yago, his teammate. The huge Vamos.
Team of the year, Virgil van Dijk. Just being the quickest to react. Who'd have thought those words would be coming out of my mouth? 3 yards out. Nicolas taking the lead in the FIFA eNations Cup final. Through a centre half.
I just want to get that pause in a few seconds earlier, did France. So they wouldn't have to wait for the ball to go out of play or a tackle to come in. If Nicolas gets the ball, he's going to keep it. 1-0 could be enough. one that would give you the advantage.
It's not aggregate scorelines. He could win 8-0, and then Yago only has to win the game. It could be it don't even have to win. It could draw the game. It could be a 0-0 draw, and Argentina will still be the winners.
That means that Maestro must attack. Don't get me wrong, we've seen some incredible turnarounds.
And we've also seen that Yago has the bottle in that second game to win for Argentina.
Bata.
There's been a number of times where he's been called upon. Can he do it? Can he follow in the footsteps of Nicolas? And half the time it's been Yago that's been turning up and been putting in some amazing performances. Asking questions more of Nicolas, including that win against F2 Tekkz in the quarter-final stages for Argentina. Nicolas and Tekkz may have been teammates a few months ago, but now they're representing their nations. It's Argentina that are in this final, and they are 1-0 up. Nicolas with the only goal in this game. 63 minutes in, Van Dijk, right place, right time from the corner. He'll come again now, looking for a second. Paqueta for Modric, of all people. It was time green, but it was blocked as well.
And that's why Nicolas likes to use Modric over Patrick Vieira in that midfield. He just offers it more going forward than what Vieira can. With the 4-star skill moves, with the better dribbling, the better creativity.
Here we go, we can see both teams making their selections now. If you don't know how competitive FIFA are, this is the small changes that can change everything. Expect an attacking change from France. They've done it quickly. They're ready to get back in the game.
So Ronaldinho coming on there for France. Messi is introduced for Argentina as a left cam.
تقضيها رفعات بقى رونالدو وزيبي.
Stay back while attacking those two CDMs.
And Neymar also introduced. So freshen up in the centre attacking mid position for Nicolas and Argentina. Back into the instructions as well. Changes made.
15 minutes left. Will there be a reply from Maestro? A draw here could still help them along their way. It'd mean that the winner takes all in the next matchup, or if it's a draw again, we'll go to a 2v2. Just seeing there how they're matching each other up, both teams.
Maestro make changes. Modric coming on as a right CDM. In that 4-2-3-1, maybe he's seen what he's offering going forward for Nicolas and thought, yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
He's got a free kick here from quite some distance, maybe just a little chip into the box. You can see him controlling Cristiano Ronaldo. Going to play it to Cristiano Ronaldo, and he's going to get the equaliser. Such a simple manoeuvre, such a simple set play. We've seen it all weekend long. Just a little dink into the box.
He flicked onto Ronaldo. He was manually controlling Cristiano Ronaldo. Moved him into the area where he wanted it. If you put that ball in the area and give Ronaldo room and time to be able to run onto it, leap up, he will find the back of the net. 9 times out of 10, you see, he just got behind his man. Gave him too much room. You can have Van Dijk, you can have Ruud Gullit. There's only going to be one winner, and it's going to be CR7.
And it speaks a lot about how competitive this game is when your 2 goals are coming from set pieces. It was a corner and a free kick. And they're the only 2 goals we've seen in this game. Back to the drawing board, back to technically 0-0. Maestro responds with a Cristiano Ronaldo header. It's like we could see it happening before it even happened, Richard. Free kick on the edge of the box. We knew it was going to be dinked in. And as you said, if you give him time to leap up, he could be so deadly, that team of the year.
Well, it's safe there in the end. I think it got a little deflection. Found its way through to David De Gea into the final 10 minutes.
Could be a smash and grab for one of these 2. A win would mean a lot, and a win would add a lot of pressure onto both the players that are sitting behind these 2 right now in Daxe and Yago. Ball down the line for Eusebio now. Trying to find a way round. Alexander has been pulled out of position now. This is Luka Modric into Gullit, who's going to have a shot. Taking a wicked deflection. It's going to go through a goal kick anyway. Did not even take a deflection. It was just a bad shot in the end.
Yeah, it wasn't really time there from Ruud Gullit, from Maestro. But he's winning everything as the ball's coming forward to him. He's going to be in the ascendancy in this final 6-7 minutes. Expect another good chance to fall France's way.
Look how close Brian is, their coach, right next to Maestro. Watching exactly everything that he sees. building into this last attack of the game for France.
If it does end in a draw, that Xbox game will be winner takes all. If you win that match, Yago versus Dax, you will be the FIFA eNations Cup winner.
You've got to ask how Dax has been feeling of being involved in so many tournaments this year. Just wants to get his hands on a trophy, wants to become a champion. What opportunity this could be, and then also alongside that for Yago. It's not just Nicolas in Argentina anymore. There's quite a few of us here that play FIFA at a very good level.
Keeping the ball here for the final chance of the game. I'm not a big fan of this myself personally.
Go out for it.
I feel like you've got to be so perfect in that final chance.
No, he's left it too late. Or not.
This is it though.
Nah, left it too late in the end. They're going to be all square. 1-1 the scoreline, which will mean it's a draw. So it's a winner takes all in the next game, unless that is a draw again. And we'll go to a 2v2. But for me, in the last few minutes, you've got to attack. You've got to go for it.
You have to go forward from France there.
Because otherwise, you're just literally saying, I want to leave it for Dax now. I want to leave it as a draw. I know how good attacking Nicolas is, but it was a game of 2 set pieces. That is all it was.
2 set pieces, no real other clear-cut chances apart from that. Let's have a little confirmation of that result. Argentina versus France in the final. It was 1 apiece, nothing to separate Nicolas and Maestro. It's been the story of the final.
It was indeed a goal, or 2 I should say, both set pieces. That's all there was in our PlayStation game, the first one of this grand final. The Xbox leg will be coming up very shortly, but before we do that, I'm going to throw over to Adam and Spencer.
Thank you very much, guys. So the first leg of the final is done, Spencer. Very nervous game, that wasn't it? We saw goals galore in the group stages, but it's quite a cagey encounter, that one.
Yeah, it's a chess match. You've got 2 of the best players in the world coming up against each other, and it's perfectly poised now for the next game. You know, I think there's 2 really interesting narratives coming out of both France and Argentina. Argentina, in recent years, have lost a lot of finals. In Copa Americas, in a World Cup, of course, 2014, to Germany. They want to end that curse, if you like, and win a big final here. But likewise, Dax, particularly on the France side, he's come so close to winning major tournaments in his career. Still only just 19 a few days ago. This could be the time he finally wins a big trophy, perhaps the biggest tournament he's played in to date. So he wants to do that, as does Maestro.
Yeah, so many subplots developing, which makes it fascinating. We can have a look at the 2 goals from the first leg, Spencer. This was the first one.
Yeah, in the second half here, Nicolas with a header off the post, and it fell to Virgil van Dijk, who's such an important player defensively, but he's contributing going forward for Argentina here. Big goal for Nicolas. He just doesn't show any emotion, does he? His teammate Yago's
so calm, isn't he?
And then this was the equaliser. Route 1, straight into Ronaldo's head. We looked at his stats before. We know how important he is. Physically, up front, he can dominate the defenders.
And of course now, it is a winner-takes-all game in the next match. Just a reminder for those people that don't understand the format of the rules, is that the 2v2 only comes in if it's needed. So this next game is a winner-takes-all. Whoever wins the whole tournament.
Yeah, it's only going to be a 2v2 if this is a draw as well. Yeah. It's a great game, Yago versus Dax. Yago's been a breakout player for me this tournament. He's been on the scene already, we know about him, but he's got some big scalps, including being #1 ranked player in the world, Tekkz, okay? So we know what Yago can do, he's impressed. But Dax plays some of the most beautiful FIFA in the world right now. You could argue he deserves a big title, the way he's been playing, but you only get it if you win it. That's what he needs to do.
That is what he needs to do, and it is time now for a very short break. We'll be back soon for the
PlayStation 4's competitors went up against each other. Nothing to separate both Maestro and Nicolas, 1-1 in that game. And quite simply, Dan, it is now winner takes all.
Yep, it makes it very easy indeed. Winner will be the champion. However, if there is a draw, it would mean we would go into a 2v2 final deciding game. But we still have 90 minutes first to see if either of these players can be the hero for their nation.
It is going to be Yago representing Argentina, the man who has produced results that he can be proud of so far in the tournament, going up against the artist in DaXe. A man who has come to life today, to be honest with you. Dan didn't have the best of starts yesterday, but boy, when it matters, this man has turned up.
I mean, to be honest, DaXe had a disappointing form throughout the group stages. He relied on Maestro to get the results, but he's clutched up when he needed to, pulling out victories and draws against Brazil and Portugal to get France where they are now. And for Yago, I mean, he has been the giant slayer, taking down England of Tekkz and taking down Üstün of Denmark as well. Two absolutely massive names in the FIFA world. And Yago kind of brushed them aside, really showing what he was made of.
And this is a clash of two different personalities as well. Yago, you'll hear him screaming vamos if he gets a goal. DaXe, a much more composed personality. Likes to do his talking on the virtual pitch. And we saw with the Xbox players, Dan, in these finals, it usually is a cagey affair. No player wants to make a mistake. No player wants to be remembered for that moment where things didn't go their way, but it's DaXe on the attack now. Ronaldo, a few dragbacks, manages to keep possession here, finds CR7. Ramos fires the ball across to Vieira. Lovely textbook passing plays here from France's DaXe. Little scoop turn here from Neymar. He's gone round the corner, Neymar's dribbling! But the shot just goes past the upright.
And DaXe is at it again, working his way into the box, almost finding an opening goal. It's worth mentioning that Yago, usually a PlayStation player, playing on the Xbox in this final and playing on the Xbox throughout the entire tournament, but it hasn't looked unfamiliar to him whatsoever. It's whether he can actually get through DaXe, who has looked phenomenal today, really has been at his best.
And DaXe, as we would expect here with his trademark possession-based play, slowly moving his way up the pitch, methodically, almost surgically, moving forward and constructing his attacks. And it's a battle of concentration here for Yago, because there will be periods of the game where he doesn't have a lot of possession down.
I mean, it's almost the polar opposite of the first leg. Nicolas who's concentrating, and then you had Yago screaming with passion.
Ball in towards the back post. De Gea has to come out there and deal with that, and he'll get the rebound falling back to him.
And on the other side, you've got DaXe now, who's focused, concentrating, and it's going to be Maestro who will be the one screaming for him if he's able to secure any goals here.
لا تكز طلع
on the attack. Neymar checks
خسر
back
في ربع
into the
النهائي.
first time pass in Vieira. There's a
امسك.
bit of space, goes across goal. First goal here to France. And you can hear Maestro, the hype man. He's getting all the French fans going.
And didn't I tell you? DaXe doesn't need to celebrate, doesn't need to make a noise. He just needs to focus on the task at hand. Maestro can do all the yelling for him. And the first step towards the eNations trophy for DaXe and France. 20 minutes in. And one thing that we always give DaXe a lot of credit for is his ability to hold on to games.
زي ما انت شايف ده النهائي فرنسا والأرجنتين. الذهاب خلص 1-1 وده العودة، يعني اللي هيكسب الماتش ده خلاص كده.
Every single pass that's completed and every single opportunity that DaXe has, you can see it there. Maestro knows how close they are to making history here at the FIFA eNations Cup final.
However, it's going to be a difficult task to keep
المفروض دي مباراة
Yago
البطولة.
at bay. A man who has only failed to score in 2 of his games this tournament and has taken down some of the best players in the world on the route to this final. So he's not going to go down without a fight, that's for sure.
Here comes Yago then for Argentina. Ferdinand steps in. Around now with a little bit of time on the ball, but it's a little bit of a lapsed pass here from the Frenchman. Beautiful cricketer here from Yago. Goes back to Neymar. Big tackle there from Rudhullet. just as Yago was starting to look dangerous in the attack. Neymar then forward now, and look at the space out wide here for Kylian Mbappe. Goes back this time to Marcelo. Vieira will go all the way across to Rafael Varane.
غمس يا عم الحاج.
That pass was much more successful than his previous one. R9 into Neymar, tried to squeeze between two players, but a rush clearance here from Yago. And again Mbappe with the scoop turn.
اوعى بس تلبسه جون تاني.
Such good control though on the ball to stay away from all the oncoming players, but not able to keep it in the end. I do like to see how Dax is just really manipulating the pitch, shifting the play. He notices which areas Yago's pushing with his defence. If there's a cluster of players on the left side, he will shift that play to the right side just to try and drag those players out of position. And then it's a simple pass back across the pitch to then take advantage of that space he's just created.
France come forward once more. Dax has looked fully in control here on this leg.
كيفش
Ronaldo
عليه؟
across to Mbappe.
ايوه كده.
Dani gets across his line and gathers the ball.
اديها فوق
5
بقى.
minutes here until the
خلاص
half-time
متضايقش.
whistle goes.
The focus on Dax's face, looking to pick up a trophy for the first time this
احسن حاجة
season.
تعملها ان انت تجيب
He's
تعادل
been
قبل
so
الشوط الاول
close
يخلص.
in various tournaments, but just hasn't been able to get across the finishing line.
قدام تاني.
This is his chance. This is his moment.
And what a moment to do it. Representing France with a national jersey on your back. But here comes
سايد
Yago,
سايد
Neymar.
سايد
And managed to get
سايد
it
سايد.
behind. I think it was Neymar. It was actually Cristiano Ronaldo, I think, who had broken behind the defensive line. But there's a mistake from Dax.
ايه داكس اللي انت
Something we
بتعمله
don't see
ده؟
a lot
ايه
with
ده؟
Marko.
ايه ده؟
Cannot take advantage of it. And that's the pressure of the occasion, Dan. Maybe get into the Argentine.
Very difficult in those situations when you're suddenly gifted the ball and you have to make split-second decisions as to whether you shoot, whether you pass. He saw an open player, he went for the pass, but unfortunately Dax was able to refocus and reposition just in time.
Into stoppage time here at the end of the first half. Is there going to be a goal to speak of just before we go into the break? Yago coming forward once more. Ferdinand versus Cristiano Ronaldo. The referee will give a free kick here, I believe. And we have seen goals from set pieces. Let's take ourselves back to the first leg, Dan, on the PlayStation 4 where Maestro got that equaliser.
Switching to the right
انت
players,
بتغلس على
getting his
الراجل ولا
towards
ايه؟
players in the correct position.
Neymar into the box. Ferdinand, who gave away the free kick, will clear the initial danger. And Vieira will mop up here for Dax. France go into the break, one to the good.
One to the good and 45 minutes away from a trophy as well. You can see the French fans, the French contingent, the French coaches all in the stands here in this arena, cheering on the two boys in blue. Another two boys in blue are the Argentinians. Nicolas wasn't able to pick up a victory in his first leg, only able to get a draw, putting a lot of pressure on Yago, but this was the goal that opened up the scoring in this second leg.
And it was classic Dax, playing around, working those triangles before, just waiting for that little bit of space there to open up. And the Frenchman, Kylian Mbappe. Sometimes you can't write the script, but if that is a winning goal, then what better player than Team of the Year Mbappe to score it?
And Maestro living through Dax at the moment. Should I say Dax living through Maestro? It works both ways. It really has been a perfect blend of two players in both play styles and personalities where they've just come together to create a super force.
Well, this is the thing that, Dan, one goal here for Yago, and we do go to the 2v2. So this match, I feel like France, if they want to take the first ever FIFA eNations Cup here, Dax has to get it done here. Argentina have looked so good in the 2v2.
Yeah, tournament form would suggest that France haven't looked at their best, whereas Argentina have looked incredible. Even Nicolas said in interviews he really loves the 2v2s.
Well, here comes Dax then, and look at the space here for Neymar. Twisting, turning it, finishing it! The lead has been doubled here for France, and the French fans can taste success.
But quite rightly, Dax, nothing from him.
لا للأسف ما شفتوش. أنا كنت مكابتنه في الفانتزي بس ما شفتوش.
But what a finish that was from Neymar. He saw the slightest bit of goalkeeper movement, noticed the gap, bottom left-hand corner. And now Yago really has a task on. Can he find the form that he saw against Tekkz, against Üstün, when he brushed aside England, Denmark? Or is DaXe going to be too much here?
Quite simply, Dan, he has to. He's got time on his side, that's one thing he has to keep in mind. Yago comes forward, pull it now. Patrolling the midfield, Neymar, little fake shot around the corner.
يلا بقى. ايوه كده.
And Argentina are back in this game.
Game on.
حلو ولا وشه احمر.
And Maestro, his head in his hands because he knows that
انتوا متأكدين ان المايسترو ده فرنساوي؟
as soon as the momentum shifts for these players, as soon as there's a little bit of belief in a player like Yago, it will give him the lift.
حرك الحارس غلط.
Get aggressive and look for that second goal. Look for that equaliser.
And on the opposite side of that, Dan, DaXe now. He's on the back foot, even though he's leading this game, even though he was winning this game. The thoughts that come into your head at this moment are, don't throw this away. Don't throw this opportunity away.
هشوف الملخص انا بعد ما البطولة تخلص هشوف الملخص.
Throwing away this opportunity, but thoughts coming back into his head from previous tournaments where he's come so close to lifting trophies. It's how he, as a person now, reacts to this pressure. Is it, I'm going to seize this moment, this is my chance, or is it going to be a, oh no, it's happening again?
Yago has completely changed how this game feels now. But DaXe is coming forward. He wants to restore that 2-goal lead as quickly as possible. And get the job done here.
الله عليك يا عم هيكتور.
Yago makes the interception. I mean, this is Yago's teammate right now.
يا نيكولاس في ايه؟ صلي على النبي كده.
He literally cannot watch what is going on in front of him right now.
It was very similar when Nicolas was playing. Yago was looking away, legs shaking, trembling in fear, hoping
في بطولات صغيرة بتتعمل بس مش كتير الصراحة.
Nicolas did his job in the fact that he didn't lose. I think that's the main thing to look at. It does put pressure on Yago though.
But look at Marcelo striding up the pitch and making a big interception in an advanced area here. Tekkz will be able to collect that here for DaXe. And look at the space here for Ramos. Lots of green grass in front of him to patrol. Instead uses Cristiano Ronaldo. Ronaldo just leaves his man behind here. DaXe inside the box. It falls on the edge of the box.
لا 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 لا.
Back to goal.
يا حكم فيها حكم الله.
And France have a big opportunity from the edge of the 18-yard box.
Yeah, not quite a penalty, but a very dangerous area. We've seen goals scored in this tournament from these kind of positions, both from direct and just laid off to a player to smash it in. And it's going to be a decision for DaXe of which avenue he goes down here.
And now we're going to have to wait with bated breath to see what happens from this set piece. You can see tactical changes coming in right now.
So I wonder whether he's bringing on Messi because he's comfortable with direct free kicks with
البطولات الرمضانية بتتعمل يعني كل شوية أصحاب بيعملوا بطولة مع بعض في حي كده يعني.
will be the player who is stood over the ball. 3 players. Crowd around. It's laid off here to Mbappe, deflected. Comfortable save for David De Gea.
Not the best free kick in the grand scheme of things, but now there is going to be a chance for Yago going forward.
الوطن العربي كله بيعمل دورات رمضانية.
Maybe that's what he needs to give him a little bit of an oomph going into these final 20 minutes of the grand final.
يا ابني جاب لك جون يا ابني هتطلعوا.
Defending so well at the moment. Yago's the one who has to force the pace here, and Tekkz just keeps pitching the ball back off of him. And possession at this stage of a game, when you have a goal lead, is a vital part of closing out these wins. Speaking of possession, it turns back over to Yago now, and Argentina have a chance to go forward. Pause cued here by Argentina as well. More changes may be coming in here for Yago.
Just keep an eye on that left wing, and Lionel Messi is going to be making some darting runs. You can really see that Yago is really trying to utilize Messi on the left-hand side. Very much a super sub in FIFA 19. Worked his way into a few teams throughout a few tournaments, but has very much been an on-the-bench player. But he could be the one who puts Argentina in the history books here.
Throwing them for Argentina. Messi picks the ball up, maybe looking to channel
شوف آخرتها.
Some of the spirit of Lionel Messi here
ايوه
for
المفروض
Argentina. Eusebio on the pitch as well. Ronaldinho into
ابعد
Ronaldo.
واحدة زيبيا يا عم انت ما هو زيبيا كانوا
Oh no, it's a mistake. Late
يس
Eusebio. Yago just chokes at the chance in front of goal. I'm not sure if he'll get a better one than that.
داكس غلط مرتين والمرتين ما تعاقبش عليهم.
Twice now that's happened, but Dax giving it away.
Eusebio into Ronaldinho.
بلانتي يا حكم
In the box. Oh my lord. Nothing given.
يا حكم يا مرتشي.
Nothing given by the referee. A shake of the head from Yago. Well, I think everyone was expecting something from the referee there. Well, maybe Lady Luck is shining down on France here. And maybe it's just meant to be.
Maybe Varane got a touch on that ball before the contact.
إذا أنت اتعلمت من الدس و
But either way, all that matters is Dax still has possession.
Ronaldo's inside the box as well. Pull it.
يا ابني ابعت قدام يا ابني طفش حبيبي.
And now
Messi comes away.
every chance could be the last chance here for Yago. He can build slowly. He doesn't need to rush.
على كده الراجل قالك ما تجيش تاني بقى.
Just needs that one perfect chance here. But maybe that perfect chance was already there.
يلا بقى. يس يا ابني.
Dax clears his lines. Yago can come forward maybe one more time. 86 minutes on the clock here. Ramos steps in for France. Mbappe now can send R9 Ronaldo away.
And really intelligent FIFA from Dax as well. Doesn't go towards goal. Keeps possession. Heads towards the edge of the pitch.
يا رب يغلط. اغلط يا عم.
Notices the time in the top left-hand corner. Knows he's moments away from joining his teammate Maestro to lift that trophy. He just has to keep the ball mark.
Simple as that. 2 minutes of added time.
داكس يا ابن اللعيبة.
So close here.
يا داكس يا ابن اللعيبة.
Yago cannot get near the ball at the moment. And Dax has done it. And France have done it here in London. The first ever FIFA eNations Cup winners are France. Congratulations.
And we finally get Mbappe's
فرنسا خدت كأس العالم وكأس العالم هنا برضه. ايه ده؟
Maestro has been the one showing so much
ايه
emotion,
القلش ده؟
so much passion. But it's just been getting the job done for Dax, and he's done exactly that against Yago. Commiserations
تعيطش
to
يا
the
عم الحاج.
Argentinians. They've had
تعيطش
such a
تعيطش.
fantastic tournament.
خلاص يا عم.
Yago, who was put under so much pressure in this particular final, and he gave it such a good effort. It just wasn't enough in the end.
It just wasn't enough, unfortunately. Congratulations to France. And let's paint the picture a little bit better here, because Dax has been the nearly man so many times this season. Take ourselves back to last weekend as well. In the cross-console final, our FUT Champions Cup as well. Maestro came up short and got hammered, to be honest with you, by MS Tassari in the final. So both of them have been on the losing end of tough results, but now they could call themselves champions.
And they can lift that trophy together. And what a moment it will be for them, and of course a historic moment as well, the first ever eNation champions. And you've got to think back to the start of the day for France.
Oh, what a
they
start
were
to the day
waiting,
it
they had
was.
to
طب والأرجنتين مالها ما كانت خدتها الأرجنتين يعني.
knock them out of the tournament if Saudi Arabia had clinched on to those points. But it was Finland beating Saudi Arabia that allowed France to get into the knockouts and get to this point to win the trophy.
It really has been an absolutely incredible tournament here in London. And you can see the celebrations and what it means to Maestro and Dax. They deserve absolutely everything.
البرازيل طاروا في ربع النهائي. هم تأهلوا من المجموعات وبعدين فرنسا طيرتهم.
And that is France and champions.
هي فرنسا تقريبا طلعت يعني طلعت كل الناس. كل الناس الجامدة فرنسا طلعتهم.
And it's the reigning
سكتها ما كانتش سهلة الصراحة.
just proving their dominance in the world of not only traditional football but esports, FIFA esports. They're just winning everything right now, France. And what is it about this country that keeps producing such fine footballers and virtual footballers, we'll say?
And we can see what it means to these players. I mean, this is, you know, these players are drained physically and mentally. They've put everything into this tournament.
Yeah, I'm really happy for both of them.
هو ده اللي جلده في النهاية.
with his reactions and his kind of
شايله
flamboyancy.
خمسة.
And then also
الولد ده شكله مش فرنساوي خالص.
Talked about it a lot. He's come so close to so many tournaments. He burst onto the scene about 3 years ago. He's a real youngster, 16 years old. everyone was tipping him to be the next big thing. And he's been there or thereabouts many times, many tournaments, getting to just the last hurdle and not quite making it over. I think he's really benefited from having a teammate like Maestro. I think they brought out the best in each other, very different personalities. Sometimes one's got the win they needed, sometimes the other guy's got it.
Yeah.
But Dax has got that sort of monkey off his back now, and maybe he can go on and be dominant for years to come.
So you think this could be a big moment for Dax going forward? He needed this win, and it's a big win as well.
I think it's massive. I think it's really big for him. He's a superb player. I think he suits this format. Definitely, both players do. France, we tipped him early doors as a strong contender because they've got such, not only these two players, but so many players.
الولد اللي داكس لسه مخسره ده هو اللي خسر تكس. تكس بقى هو لو كان اتأهل دلوقتي كان خسر داكس.
They were one of the best supported nations here. I mean, you can still hear it around us. There's France fans absolutely everywhere.
2-1. كده البطولة خلصت خلاص كده فرنسا خدت البطولة.
Trip across the channel for them, which is nice and fantastic to see. I think it helps a lot.
There they are. Look, there they are.
They're clapping them.
Means a lot to them.
Yeah, it's fantastic. No, honestly, they're a real breath of fresh air in the tournament, France. I think once they got through, and got a little bit like Finland, as the lads on the commentary said, played a massive part in France's victory, and they'll be maybe buying some beers for Finland.
خلص خلاص 2-1.
Huge congratulations to France, and we can cross now to Anna, who is with the French team.
Hey guys, I am here with the first ever FIFA eNations Cup champions, Team France''Maestro and how are you guys feeling?
We're feeling very good, of course, because we just won the first ever FIFA eNations Cup with my real brother, Luca. So I don't know what to say. It's just crazy. I want to thank the Federation, France. Everybody worked for us to be in a good condition, so we're very grateful about that. And about my family, my brother, my girlfriend.
أحب أشكر السيد الرئيس راعي الرياضة في فرنسا.
And of course, thank you to my bro. I kiss him because it's just crazy what he do. And allez les bleus.
Dax, how did it feel? You were the reason you got that win at the end to clinch the title. How are you feeling about how you played?
Yeah, I'm just feeling so happy right now. I just gave to the friends the first eNation Cup, so it was amazing moment.
ده فعلا شكله فرنسي، اما اللي جنبه ده لا.
Before and like I said before too, we never play a final. We win a final though, so we do the job and allez les bleus.
And how are you feeling? You not only won the money, you won the title, you also got so many global series points, and that is huge for you in your standings. Almost maybe guaranteeing you guys a spot at the grand final. How important is that to you?
Yeah, of course, we had money, but we don't really care about the money. We play for the country, for the nation, so we don't care about money or points because we have already good points. Of course, it's good. It's because you take everything, but the most important is we win for the France and for the country.
Well, it is guaranteed that France is so proud of you. Thank you guys and congratulations once again.
Yeah, thank you.
Great stuff, great honor to hear from the French team there.
هو شكله ألماني
They
فعلا.
said as well, it's not about the money, it's about representing their country, which just illustrates how
خلاص
big
يا
an event
ابني
this
سيب
was and what it
الواد.
means to these players.
Well, first of all, it's obviously a privilege to be able to represent your country, and they've done so well. I'm sure the French Federation are very proud. But equally, these guys are in a great position. Through their hard work this year, they came into this tournament. One of the reasons we tipped them to potentially win is because they've already got so
يلا
many
في
global
كاس
series
في
ranking
حاجة
points.
يرفعوها يشيلوها
Of course, it's always
يمسكوها
nice to
أي
have
حاجة.
more. They're going to be definitely in the E-World Cup Grand Final at the end of the year now, which that's pretty much guaranteed before this tournament. So they didn't have that pressure on them. Maybe that helped.
لا مش عايزين بقى إيه نتكلم عن الناس. يمكن عنده الوزن ده وراثي ولا حاجة.
And it's interesting, isn't it? Because as well as they did in the knockout stages, they were very dominant in the knockout stages, but they were reliant upon another nation doing them a favour in the group stage. There could have been a point where they didn't qualify from the group. That was so how competitive this tournament was.
That's actually who they were clapping earlier, by the way. When they were looking over there. It was actually the Finnish camp they were clapping, who did them a massive favour for sure. We talk about it every single tournament, about how it's not necessarily about how you start. You don't need to go unbeaten in the group. You don't even need to win your group. You just need to get out. It's a real pattern we're seeing every single tournament now.
Yeah, we can have a look at the
السعودية خسرت من دور المجموعات. يعني ما تأهلتش بفرق نقطة. فرنسا خدت مركز تاني في المجموعة وتأهلت، السعودية خدت مركز تالت، وادي فرنسا زي ما انت شايف خدت البطولة.
Mbappe, what a player for France in real life and in FIFA as well. Real nice sort of symmetry, if you like, that he was getting the goals. And look at the celebration from Maestro, getting the crowd.
مش غريب، هو كان متوقع. هي فرنسا من اول بطولة طلعت السعودية، طلعت البرازيل، وطلعت اهي الارجنتين، مش عارف طلعت مين تاني. يعني كان يعتبر اصعب طريق ليها الصراحة. لا، خالد ما كانش بالمستوى، وبالتحديد امبارح كان متوتر جامد. النهاردة توتره قل، بس برضو كان لسه متوتر.
Congratulations. Just saying, it was all about representing your country. Real honour from so many of the players that we've spoken to today about representing your country in this tournament.
We are so proud of us, so proud of your federation. The France is a beautiful country, and we
والله النهارده ركز جامد، بس كان عنده مشكلة في الدفاع وحشة أوي يعني هو النهارده عشان يتأهلوا من دور المجموعات كان قدامهم 3 ماتشات، المفروض كانوا يكسبوا 2 بس. أول ماتش مساعد عادل يعني 1-1 بطريقة غريبة جدا، كان ممكن يكسب كتير، بس ما علينا. جه خالد الماتش اللي بعده المفروض بقى يكسبه، لا هو تعادل 5-5، يعني دخل فيه 5 تجوان، كان دفاع وحش قوي.
Yeah, of course. Today we prove to the world we maybe are the best on the football and in the world, because on FIFA and the football, I mean. Because today we proved to the world we was good, we was very good in the teammate with play.
بس عموما يعني اللي حصل أهم حاجة إيه؟
I don't know what to say.
نتعلم الدرس ونيجي بقى في بطولة العالم ما نغلطش الغلطات دي.
And I think you predict them for the win, right?
I did. Thanks for reminding me about that.
Yes, he did. Spencer, I can say he did predict the win. He has been messaging me a lot about that.
So you are right. So now we win. So I'm very happy. And I win with someone he's like my brother, you know. So it's crazy, really.
برضه في البطولات دي التوفيق بيبقى عليه عامل برضه.
When you're very calm, when you score your goals, you don't get too excited. He's in the background doing his celebrations.
Yeah, I have Mbappe next to me, so it was very difficult to play. Even if I score, he was always.
ما يلا يا جدعان، ما فيش كاس هيرفعوه ولا احنا نفضل قاعدين كده.
And with that said, it is time for the moment you've been waiting for. It's time for the presentation. Please give a warm round of applause. Delighted to say from FIFA, Louis Vincent is with us.
بس بص، هو كل واحد ليه طريقة لعب، لما بيغيرها بياخد وقت كبير على ما يعرف يظبطها. فممكن هو اضطر، هو اصلا خالد من امبارح وهو قلقان وحاسس ان هو اضعف واحد في التيم، فممكن ده اثر على طريقة لعبه. انت لما تحس ان انت اضعف واحد في التيم بيحط عليك ضغط كبير. ايه مفيش كاس ولا هي كده خلاص؟ عموما يعني اكيد خالد في اول بس هيعمله بعد ما يرجع، هيشرح لنا الموقف ويقول لنا ايه اللي حصل كله بقى، صح ولا ايه؟ طيب هو شكل كده البطولة خلصت صح؟ اشوفكم ان شاء الله بقى ايه في فيديو جاي او بطولة جاي. ايه ده لسه في حاجة. والله هما لو كانوا اتأهلوا كانوا ممكن يوصلوا للنهائي اصلا. بس هو اللي حصل النهارده كان موضوع غريب يعني، حتى هما كانوا بيلعبوا قدام فنلندا مش خصم جامد قوي، بس اللي حصل ان هما تعادلوا ماتشين وكسبوا ماتش، المفروض كانوا يكسبوا ماتشين. فرنسا اصلا كانت مخلصه ماتشاتها من امبارح ومستنيه السعوديه هتعمل ايه عشان تتأهل. لا هي المجموعة كانت تقيلة، يعني انت معاك فرنسا وانجلترا والسعودية، ما علينا من جنوب افريقيا وفنلندا دولت، يعني جنوب افريقيا كانت حصلت المجموعة والسعودية اتعادلت معاهم على فكرة، وفنلندا يعني بس حوار ان انت تقع مع انجلترا وفرنسا ده كان صعب. عواف يا حبيبي. هما يا ترى هيعملوا ايه بعد الثلاث دقايق دول؟ هيبقى في كاس وكده ولا هيقعدوا يرغوا وانا مش عارف. لحد دلوقتي هو بطل العالم ومعاه الكاس، لحد بقى ما يجي البطولة هتبقى في شهر كام، 6 مش عارف، 6 ولا 7، ما علينا، لحد ما تيجي البطولة الجاية هو لسه بطل العالم. ايه البطولة في شهر 12 ليه؟ لا ثواني كده اشوف الجدول. انت فين يا بطولة العالم؟ لا يا عم اهي بطولة العالم هتبقى في 7 و8، شهر 7 وشهر 8 اهي. لا اهي اهو. ما هو يا عم فين اي وورلد كاب اهو، احنا هنا في ده هو في شهر 4، وبعدين شهر 5 هتبقى اخر 2 تصفيات، وبعدين شهر 6 ده هيبقى فيه بلاي اوفس بقى، اللي هو ياخدوا اعلى مش عارف 64 من هنا و64 من هنا عشان يتأهلوا لبطولة العالم. اهو في شهر 7 واغسطس 8 بس. ولا انت ايه رأيك؟ صح ولا ايه؟ يا عم والله ما انا اللي عامل الجدول ده، هم اللي عاملينه. ايه يا عم في جوائز ولا ايه كده قشطة.
Adam, and what a couple of days it has been, Dan. France, obviously the first ever FIFA eNations champions, and two players who I wanted to kind of touch on a little bit, Dan, and their story and how they've got to this point, because for both these players it's been a very indifferent season. Maestro
هو تقريبا كده خلاص هما ده زي ما تقول الاستوديو التحليلي كده.
In a competitive environment
هقفل بس بقى. حد عايز حاجة؟
He won the PlayStation side of the bracket. He came up very short against MS in a cross-console final. I think he lost 5-1 in the first leg, and it really didn't look like he was set to be on that big of a stage. But
that was a final match.
He's here in London, and he's just won himself a championship. What an incredible story that is.
And his
the tournament is finished.
All weekend long have been phenomenal as well. On that PlayStation side, he has been doing so much work. Dax had struggled in some of his games, admittedly, in the group stages, but Maestro was constantly getting the job done. But
you can find it in FIFA TV.
Dax suddenly picked himself up, showed what he's made of, and showed why he is one of the top players in the world, because he is that nearly man. He has had so many tournaments where he's come so close to actually lifting a trophy, but